Okay, so for the first part of this one, we are going to talk about inverse functions, okay? What it means to be inverses, things of that nature, okay? So the first thing is that inverse operations are things that undo each other. So think add and subtract. If you add 3 and then subtract 3, you're right back where you started. If you subtract and then add, again, you're right back where you started. Multiply, divide. We also see things like square and square root. There's several of them, okay? So an inverse function, so an equation, is one that will undo another function, okay? Now, a couple of things that apply for this, and this is more of a kind of name changing type of thing. So what they're basically saying here is if you do f of g of x, okay, and when you run that math through and you get x, plain x, not 2x, not x squared, not x plus 7, not x squared minus 5, any of that, just plain Jane vanilla x. And if you do g of f of x and also get plain Jane vanilla x, then we say that g is the inverse of f, okay? Now, technically, f is also the inverse of g, but we just named one of them, okay? And it's denoted f with this -1 exponent. So that is read f inverse, okay? So now, instead of writing f of g, we have f of f inverse gives us x, and f inverse of f also gives us x. Now, the other thing that changes here is the domain of f is now the range of f inverse, okay? So the domain and the range flip-flop, and vice versa. So the range of f becomes the domain of f inverse, okay? This is more of a name change type of thing. So basically, when we talk about f inverse now has a stronger connection to our f of x function to say that it is the undoer, okay? Now, I oftentimes call them soulmates in a math setting. So you only get one soulmate when this comes to, okay? So there's kind of two ways that we're going to look at this, okay? So we're going to look at verifying inverses, which is what I call the dating model, and then finding an inverse, which is pick your favorite site. I've got match.com here. Pick your favorite whatever site where it uses an algorithm basically to help you sort this out, okay? So we're going to look at verifying inverses first, okay? So basically what's going to happen here is this is like going on dates, okay? So first date is you're going to do f of g of x, okay? Now, when you do that, if you get x, great first date. They're going to go out again. If you get anything else, they're done, okay? We don't sympathy date. We don't go, oh, well, he was, nuh-uh. We're like cutthroat in the math world with this, okay? That's not the way this works. So now, if they're going to go on their next date, then you're going to do g of f of x, okay? Again, if you get x, great, wonderful. We have now established that they are soulmates, and we're going to do some renaming here, okay? If you don't, then they're not, okay? So we're going to take a look, and I'm going to get this transferred over here to my board. Okay. So here we go. We've got these two. So first thing is I'm going to do f of x over 3 plus 5. And then we're going to do, so it's going to be 3 plus 5, and then I've got another plus 5 at the back. Okay. Okay, sorry, had some technical issues there. Okay, so we're going to try and go back. Okay, so I had 3x plus 5 and this x over 3 plus 5. So we're doing f of g of x, and so I plug this through. I'm going to distribute this. So this is going to give me 3 against this. So that's just going to leave me an x. 3 times the 5 will give me a 15 plus a 5. That's going to be x plus 20. Okay. This is, they are not inverses. We did not get plain Jane vanilla x out of that. Okay. There is no need to go on. Okay. We do not have to move forward. We do not have to try again. None of that. Okay. So we're going to try, we're going to look at another one so you can kind of see what this process will look like. Okay. So we're going to have f of x is 4x minus 7. G of x is going to be x plus 7 over 4. Okay. So we're going to start with f of g of x. So that is f of x plus 7 over 4. Which is going to be 4x plus 7 over 4 minus 7. This multiply by 4, divide by 4 will cross off. So I have x plus 7 minus 7. The plus 7 minus 7 will cancel off. Okay. That's good. That's what we're looking for. We are looking for plain x. Nothing special, nothing extra with it. Okay. So now we're going to try the other way. Okay. It's not just that we get to assume that it works. Okay. So we're going to have g of 4x minus 7. So this is going to be 4x minus 7 plus 7 all over 4. So the minus 7 plus 7 is going to cancel off. And then I've got a 4 over 4, which leaves me an x. Okay. That's again what we want. We have now established their inverses. So now g is going to get a name change. All this is doing is more solidly linking it to our f of x. Okay. So we now have that is the inverse of f.